Okay, so I've had a few people ask me just to do a day-to-day, summation of my life here as an English teacher, and so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So I teach 16 hours a week. I teach Monday through Thursday, and I teach for 4 hours each of those days in 8 different classes. On most days, I wake up around 6:30. I grab something to eat. Maybe I get baozi, or I'll get like this Chinese version of pancakes called bingzi, or I'll any number of things, or I'll have an apple or something like that. And then I'm off to class. Classes are for me, it's really great. It's just a fun time, and I really enjoy the job. I have 8 classes, and 6 of them are really wonderful. 75% wonderful. I think that's a pretty good rate. Before I actually started teaching, I wasn't really sure if this was a really good idea to just commit myself, to live over here and all of that. But these classes that I have really, validate my decision. They just show me that yes, it was worth it to come over here, and I have so much fun, in those, at least those 6 classes. So I do my thing in class, and now I'm off to lunch. For lunch, I usually have one of 2 things. I don't really vary it up that much. I usually eat either at Deco's, which is kind of like a Chinese version of KFC, or I'll have Lanzhou beef noodles, which is a really, really famous food here in Lanzhou. I guess sometimes I do eat Sichuan food for lunch. Rarely I'll have dumplings, but most of the time it's one of those first 2. After lunch, I usually just head back to my room and just watch YouTube videos or study Chinese or something. I'm a bit boring during the week. I don't do a whole lot, so sorry about that. One thing that does happen during the week is on Wednesdays, sometimes Saturdays, I have a friend named Jack who comes over and teaches me Chinese. You'll meet Jack in my next video. Now, Jack was kind enough to lend me this book. It's a book of Chinese cultural stories, stories behind different idioms that show up in the Chinese language. So what I do is I just go through this. I mean, it's all in Chinese, you can see, and I go through it. We talk about the stories and we chat in Chinese as much as possible. So it's a really good time for me to practice listening, speaking, reading, and if he says some things I don't know, I practice writing my characters, writing the new words down. I have notebooks and notebooks full of new Chinese words. That's the week. The weekend, pretty much anything goes on the weekend. I can just have a weekend where I just sleep the whole weekend. I go play ultimate frisbee, go out and just walk around this area. I go down to the pedestrian area downtown called Xiguan. What else do I do? Climbing mountains, going to parks. Weekends are anyone's game. I don't really know. I don't ever have plans really. Stuff just happens. And that's the fun part about being here, is that stuff just happens. You get a call from somebody, hey, a big group of us foreign teachers are going to get together for coffee downstairs. We're going to go sit outside. You want some? One of my friends will call me, hey, you want to go climb this mountain or go to this place? Yeah, sure, no problem. Lots of things just happen here in China. Didn't really happen as much to me back home. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just, more active, I guess, or something. And that's really exciting. Living in China is just like this constant exercise of, this crazy normal reality. Like, stuff happens to you on a regular basis that most people would just, consider really weird back home. But, it just, things happen. Oh, you have an interview for a TV show, or you have to judge this debate, or you have to do this or do that, or just weird stuff happens, if you're a foreigner here. You just get a lot more attention, a lot more, unique opportunities. So that's the really exciting part about quote-unquote day-to-day life. Right now, fortunately, I'm still living pretty much day-to-day life. The crazy normal hasn't really begun to set in. Sometimes it does, but most of the time it's pretty chill, which is how I like it. The people who know me, I like chill. So that's my video. That's my day-to-day life. Hope it wasn't horrifically boring. I think it's kind of boring, but hey, that's what someone wanted to hear about, and so it's definitely a change from doing video work in Dallas, or working produce at Super One and these other jobs that I've had. It's definitely a lot more exciting and so rewarding. It's really great. So I guess I'm gonna go now. I've got to edit the video, throw in a few pictures in there, and yeah, I'll see y'all later.